to time, talent comes along that has no equal. Talent truly on loan from you-know-who. Talent that makes you grateful you're alive. Of course, this is not one of those times.
It's The Lounge Show with Rob Scott and Bob Doyle, two veteran broadcasters who love to hear themselves talk and are somehow able to tolerate each other. Let's see if you can tolerate them as well. Here's Rob and Bob.
Welcome to The Lounge.
Yeah.
It used to be called the Aloha Lounge. That's a fun fact. It started out as the Aloha for...
Right. Well, it was a blend of a lot of things. The Fabulous Baker Boys being one of them. The movie, The Fabulous Baker Boys. Some of the Aloha Lounge naming came from 88 Keys Across.
From me.
Yeah.
Well, who are we anyway? This is what... there's no name up here because for whatever reason it just doesn't work
Did you break it?
Well, I think if I go and I come back. There we go. Now I know I have identity again. Bob Doyle, Las Vegas. Wait, is that my last name?
No.
That's where I am.
That's where you got when you got married. You changed it, remember?
Bob Doyle, Las Vegas.
Yes. Bob is there in Vegas. I'm here in Atlanta. This is The Lounge.
It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday.
At least we're on that.
And every week, Rob and I, this is how we catch up with each other, and we just let you listen in.
By the way, I was told today that this truly is a show about nothing, which I found to be an extremely grand compliment. It's a show about nothing. They just sit there and get caught up and they shoot the breeze. And today, Bob's using another one of his visual wizardry programs to make himself...
to make my shirt a different color than it really is. I'm actually wearing a red shirt, and through this wizardry, it makes it look...
It also gives your facial hair as a different color.
Right. It's just how... Yeah, it's the reflection of the dark, because actually my facial hair was also dyed blue. So this filter creates gray where there's blue. It's the Civil War filter.
Oh.
So I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but anyway.
Anyway, we're here every Saturday
must be lying.
Oh, there it is. Look at that. Oh, my goodness.
So
Steve Martin and Roxanne.
That's right. Now, if I could just have the puns that he had, but I don't. Who saw that? Raise your hands.
Raise your hand.
So we can see them. If you saw...
Look, we got folks already talking in. Jason's here.
That's right. Jason and Amy are there. It's their family Saturday night ritual to join us here in the lounge, and all the other people who watch us later from places like this. Well,
there it is.
Maybe they're not there now. Wow, that looks like it's raining.
Yeah, it is. I think that sure it is. It's raining, and that's why another fisherman is doing what fishermen do. They throw caution to the weather winds, and they go fishing. Apparently that's probably a good time. So yeah, he's out there just trolling along, and
singing a song. Do you think?
I have no idea if that helps catch fish, but if it did, I'm sure they're singing.
But if he's trolling along, singing a song,
side by side,
ladies and gentlemen.
In fact, you know that little point there on the left of the frame, Bob.
Hold on, hold on. The applause is deafening. Now, I'm sorry. Say that again.
That little point there that's kind of jutting out from the shoreline.
Yes.
That's Rainbow Point. We used to swim there from our pier. That was, I'm going to swim down to Rainbow Point, and then you'd walk back. That was a big deal when we were kind of showing off to the girls.
Sure. How long of a swim? This is live, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you're keeping score.
Yeah, that's Lake Geneva, and that is Rainbow Point. And on the right side of your screen is just the end tip of the lake of the Indian Hills area. In fact, those boats on buoys. Oh, and there's the Walworth going by.
Oh, it's the Walworth, ladies and gentlemen. Okay.
Good.
Well, I always enjoy.
And wait. Stay with the Walworth. And the reason I wanted to say is that's the mail boat. It delivers mail all around the lake. People have mailboxes on the ends of their pier, and the mail boat goes by, and they have these college kids for their summer job, and they stand on the front of the boat and jump off from the front of the boat. It's going very slowly, and they run to the pier, and they put the mail in, and they run back, and they get there just about the time that the rear end is right at the pier.
Wow.
And they do this. Yeah, there's videos of, you can get this on YouTube. This is many a news story, a fluff piece at the end will cover the mail boat in Lake Geneva, and so
I've never heard of that, and we got to see it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the kind of thing that you get when you come to the lounge. So this is why, when we're not doing the lounge, which basically that means 6:30 Pacific and 9:30 Eastern, from that moment all the way up until next Saturday, the next Saturday at 6 p.m., 9 p.m., you should be telling people about it. Placing ads, spending your own money to tell people about it. Because where else are you going to get this? You can't get it anywhere else. This is the only place you can get it.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
So how was your week? Go ahead. You're still on.
I was just going to say it was a fact. I was just going to say it was a fact. Just to drive the point home.
On a duck?
This is my handsome Squidward look.
Okay.
If you've watched SpongeBob SquarePants, there was an episode where Squidward got handsome, and this is the filter for it.
That's what they did to him? That's what Squidward thought was handsome?
Oh, shoot. I hit myself too hard to get off the Squidward mask, ladies and gentlemen.
My goodness. How long have you been practicing that visual bit?
I seriously just came up with it.
Okay.
All right.
Just checking. Okay, so I'm going to show you a picture that I just thought was funny as hell the other day. And maybe you will, maybe you won't. I don't know. I'll do the screen changey thing button here. And I just thought this was pretty hysterical.
I agree.
I thought Bob was like this. I said, Bob is going to get a kick out of this, and I don't want to talk over it. He'll laugh. I know Bob's going to laugh. I know Bob's going to laugh when he reads that. Where the fucking hell are all these moths coming from? I just think that is tremendous.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I hope everybody at home is laughing as well.
Is laughing along with us. Laugh with us, not at us.
You can laugh at us. It's gonna. It's inevitable.
It's bound. It's bound.
It's bound in terms. So my week. You asked how was my week? Did you ask? I didn't imagine that. Did I?
No.
You did just.
Go right back. Okay. Yeah, there you go. What did he just say? And then they hit the record scratch. Did he say that car is only $5,000? No way.
Yes, wait, Todd. Hey.
Where did Todd come from?
Todd was fired last week for breaking into the vending machine just to get a Snickers.
Rob said Todd was my brother in the True Hollywood Story. Todd.
Well, I will tell you one thing that I've been up to this week, and then you need to say one thing that you're up to this week, and then I have another thing that I'm up to this week. One of them involves media. Where is that media? Okay. May I?
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I was going to rudely interrupt.
Well, go ahead. I want to see what you had.
Was it about? Is it about the marketing, the VO marketing? You said media.
That's the second thing.
Okay. Look at the blue eyes. You did that too. You're farting around with the eye thing. You got I'm
farting around with it, Rob. Could you be just a little more crass about it? Farting around. So first you put up a bunch of profanity. You take the show in this gutter, and then you say farting around with eyes. I wish you had Snap Camera installed on your computer so you too could do this. I think it would be fun if we were both bald and had a goatee. Yeah. You could do it. It's free.
Well, I like the Paul Newman eyes. I think they're good. Anyway, it's a media thing. You were going to tell me about a media thing.
Yeah. Okay. So two things I'm up to in the world.
Mark Howard says crass is good. There you go. See, I'm crass. Mark Howard's digging it. Mark's here today.
I accidentally put my the comments out of sight. So sorry about that. So I missed it. Yeah. Not good talk. That's why I save voiceover later.
Okay.
So, of course, the other stuff I'm up to is Metaverse, VR, all that stuff. And I'm a big fan of VR Chat, which I've told you about, and where I want you to come in and play pool and all that other stuff. So they added they added my friend Bob Hawkey, who does a lot of my sets and avatars and stuff for me, makes all that stuff work in VR Chat. Basically created a version of my Mr. Dodson avatar, which you may or not be familiar with, but you're about to see. Actually, I'll just start it. But I don't want the sound to go, so I'm going to have to stop it. Oh. That's not it. No, those are ducks. There. So this is hold on. Come on. Oh, I don't want it to be like this. I'm so sorry. I really didn't want that to play. So
Yeah, but no one else had to know that, and you could have gone with it and said,
No,
"This is exactly what I want."
Yeah. No, it's the visual that I want you to see. So this added a camera capability. So I'm actually performing as dots in there, and I'm talking, and I can move my body, but I'm also controlling the camera like a drone. So the VR controllers act like a drone controller, which you can't even tell I'm doing, and I can it's just literally it's tracked on me, so I can fly it around anywhere, and it's got the depth of field and all that other stuff, and it's just one of these things that just to me for if because I have I want to do cinema.
Wow, good thing it's a visual thing you're doing, because speaking apparently, left your body there. You want to be into some sort of cinema-based
just filmmaking. I've been using VR to do filmmaking stuff for a long time, but this I think takes the camera stuff to another level, and just the flexibility of being able to, like when I used to do it, you couldn't even see the whole body. He couldn't walk, he couldn't do anything, and now you get to see this kind of, I mean, yeah, it's a little goofy or whatever, but to me that's just that I can do all of that at the same time. The mouth moves, I can emote, I can do whatever as one person no one else has to be the camera person or whatever. I just think it's amazing.
And how did you transfer the Mr. Dodson data? Because you created him a long time ago, right? I mean, how do you transfer it to this format or this piece of software?
He's an avatar. He began as an avatar that we bought. Both Bob and I bought it at the store, the online store where you buy these models. And this format of model, basically, let's just say FBX, can be brought into lots of different programs, including Unity, which is the thing that drives this program here. So anything there's this. If you bring in anything custom, you bring it into Unity first. That's where he attaches this camera and all this stuff to the avatar and anything else special with the avatar. Then you upload the avatar into VR chat, and now you can use him. So it's fun. But this camera thing, I've just had the best time with it because of just things, just shots like this. That I wouldn't even, there would have been no way for me to do that before without a person in there.
Or at least if there was a way to do it, you didn't have you couldn't afford the technology.
Well, yeah, I meant using the software I was using before.
Right.
I couldn't use it, but now, of course, using this, I can. So it just gets better and better. So that's one thing I've been up to. How about you, Rob? What's something?
Well, that's magic. What you just did. That's magical.
Yeah.
So what have I been up to? Oh, the roof got done here at the house this week, and this was a small drama.
Oh, really?
Not bad. Well, yeah, but not bad. Here's the thing. Here's where I've gotten different, I think, as I've gotten, I don't know, older, lazier, whatever word, maybe a combination thereof. So the whole thing, I think I told you, the entire process practically was done on my phone. Like
yes, you did say that.
Really, yeah, I didn't, you texting and maybe a call or two, but mostly texting. And then crass is good, says Mark Howard. And we're on the board there, I can see. Anyway.
Yes, I saw Sammy was here.
He came out. Oh, Sam was here? I missed that. Oh, there she is. Hello. So anyway, they said Thursday, and they'll be gone by, way before you get home from work. Oh. And I go, okay. So Thursday morning, I get up and I meet them on the front porch, and I go to my car, and then he calls me maybe in the afternoon on Thursday and says 2 guys had to leave for heat exhaustion. And then it drizzled a little, which slowed down the process. So he says, we're going to have to come back tomorrow. I said, fine, whatever, come back Friday. And they were on the roof. So that was like till 7 these guys worked, and brutal heat. And I'm thinking, anytime you have a bad day at work, think of these guys. And then anyway, the next one, all day Friday. And then I was supposed to have Sam and Ben over, and I was going to do a big barbecue, and nope, there were dumpsters and everything all over still. And then they finished today.
Wow.
But but help me here, see if I'm right. I think I'm right on this, though. My thinking was, yes, I missed a barbecue with my daughter and everything, and that stunk. But I didn't. He goes, you're so patient. None of our customers are as patient as you. And I'm thinking, rattling his cage does nothing for the process, and he's putting a roof on my house. So I want to keep calm and just say, yeah, this is, yeah. And
what are you
I did.
Do?
Right, nothing. But years ago, I would have probably got pissed. Years ago, I would have and told the story where I can't believe it's 3 days. Who cares? Now the roof is nice and there won't be any problems. A bad roof can cause a lot of, damage, and okay, yay. And they're done. And I have a new roof. And so, but that was my week. And I should have shared the picture. I took a picture.
So how
at night.
hot was it getting there? What were they dealing with?
It was probably about a 90-degree day, but on the deck or the roof, it was
Just makes me
probably
want to go back
100,
here.
110.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
110, and you're up there with sneakers. You're walking around a roof, and you've got a nail gun, and you're putting these sheets of shingles down and going boom, boom.
Yes, and it's Atlanta. Here, that temperature, it's hot, and it still wouldn't be fun. But I don't think it's the same.
No.
So
The
this,
humidity
I
is,
just
here.
just looking at this is like, because we never get rain. I mean, we haven't had rain, and I don't even know. Like since last summer, maybe we had tsunamis. We had tsunamis. Nope.
No.
Monsoons. Monsoons.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
These monsoons, and they were spectacular. But then that's it. So this right here is so calming. It's just like I imagine. I don't know what the temperature is, but I'm going to imagine it to be something comfortable. What do you think it is?
Well, 70.
Yeah, perfect.
I'm guessing it's 70. I don't know. I could be wrong.
It smells good. It's just like when you hear the cars on the pavement.
No, it's great. It really is. And you can actually, if you get down to the pier and it's quiet enough and it seems very still, very calm there, that you can actually hear the raindrops hitting the lake water. That's a different sound than raindrops hitting a pier, which also has a unique sound.
Yes.
But yeah, that's a neat time to go down, and it's fun to swim when it's raining like that. As long as there's no lightning, it's really fun to swim when it's like a light rain. You get out and you go, what's the point of a towel? You just walk home, you're wet, you just stay wet. It's just wonderful.
Absolutely agreed. When you're not going to die because of electricity, when it's like when you've really got some rain going and you're under the surface and you can hear that, and it's just like, yes.
Yeah, it's a nice day at the lake. And I think I've told you this, but those boats you see there, that's the Abbey Harbor. And they probably get maybe 10 to 15,000 for the summer for one slip. And there's a lot of slips in there.
just to sit there.
Yeah, that's your parking space you basically pay for. And but there's some amenities, right? You've got a little clubhouse or whatever, I don't know, place to take a shower.
I'm sure it's worth $10,000. I'm sure.
No, it's money they don't need to worry about. Is the point?
Right. That's the whole thing. This is the piano and the bench.
That's exactly what it is, boy. That's exactly what it. Speaking of which, well, we can talk about this tomorrow, or I'm sorry, next week. But next week is Father's Day weekend, and you're a father.
Yes, that's true.
You're a father. You've got young Bobs running all over the place.
No, I just got one young Bob and a Deborah and a Catherine, and he's not even Bob. He just is a Max with Robert on his birth certificate. No one's ever called him Bob. No one ever will call him Bob, I'm quite sure.
Yeah, if it hasn't picked up, caught on, so to speak, by now, it's probably a foregone conclusion that he's not a Bob.
Right.
You're a Bob, though. Yeah. But anyway, so I don't know where I went. I drifted off course. I know I was at the Abbey Harbor for a minute there, and now I'm not. So, there was something else I was going to show you, though. Let's see if this is a really small. That's too. What I'm trying to do is kind of set the size so that it does its thing here. There you go.
Guys, when a woman is mad, just tell her she's overreacting. She'll realize you're right and calm right down. That is one of my favorites.
Yeah, you've seen that one? I hadn't seen that one before. Okay, yes. But at least but that is one of my favorites. She'll realize you're right. And
calm right
down. Right down. Man, why didn't I think of this before?
It's the best advice ever given to a man.
That's it. And have a drink, too. Like, have a couple of pops. That always helps a good fight. Somebody should be drinking.
Yeah, what are you nuts? I'm half drunk here.
What are you nuts? I'm half drunk
here. I can't mow the lawn.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding?
What are you nuts? I'm half drunk here.
I'm half drunk here.
There you go. Ben said it's right there. Hold on. Now it's on.
Well, I saw that. And then Sammy said false. Okay, look at this. There's a whole dialogue going on that for those of you at home who don't see these often, there's a whole drama that happens in the wings of the lounge.
Oh yes, it can get pretty nasty.
It can get a little some friction can happen. That's for sure.
Mm.
But yes, so here, off the subject, but there
is no subject.
Right, good. Like it was told, this is a show about nothing. This is the lounge is about nothing, but all of its nothingness then put together as a whole is a massive piece of
nothing. Okay.
Yeah.
Which fits in a burnt orange.
Talking to the boys this afternoon. We're talking to the boys this afternoon, and our stories centered around when we were younger. And we're all.
Well, let's reset who the boys are for people.
Mark Howard and Kevin Jeffrey. In fact, some of the folks may have saw them sing at Samantha's wedding, my daughter's wedding, because you played
the clip. That's right.
And we played the clip on the show.
Yeah.
So they were over. We're going to work on some stuff for the summer. We're going to substitute for a couple of choirs that the choir rather at our old church. They take a couple of times up in the summer. Anyway, we're working on some music, and we got to telling stories about. We remember we rode our bikes and did those kinds of stories. You didn't have a cell phone, and we were going down. Now, two things crossed my mind. First of all, I enjoyed the hell out of the topic, and we smiled and laughed and nodded, and so it was great. But then I thought about, when did this become fun, telling the old stories? 15 years ago, we didn't tell the old stories.
Yes.
It was organic. It just came up and we did it. And I do that with some guys at work who are about my same age, or my college buddies. The same thing. You kind of tell. When did that? It just showed up.
Yeah.
You don't set out to talk about this. It just happens.
I had a very similar thought. Of course, I'll never access it, but it was the same kind of question. It was like, at what point did this start to be a thing? Like this thought process where I'm looking, and it was, it's a completely age-related thing. I wish I could remember what it was. And it wasn't just a change of opinion. It was like the stuff you talk about now. And you hear a lot about, I'm sure we probably start a bunch of our conversations like old men, saying something about something. That, like, I never thought it'd like,
you left the house and your parents didn't know where you were all day. We would just take our bikes and we'd just ride around the neighborhood. And you know what? You had to be home.
Well, that stuff for sure. That stuff for sure. I'm just talking about showing our age, but yes.
But I never told those stories 20 years ago. I never told that story 15 years ago and embraced it. And now we got a little older. I'll do that with Oak. I'll be telling Oak and he'll tell me. And then you weave in, because we're older now. When did all of this, it's wiring almost, it was like a switch or a bank or a program, a piece of software in your brain that says, when you get older, then you do this. You talk about, get off my lawn, that kind of stuff.
Right. When did I become the get off my lawn? At first it's like, it would be better if they weren't on my lawn. Right. It starts like that. Like, it would be, because, they're running all over and I do put work into it. But, and then one day it's like, what the hell with this? Get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn.
And then it becomes my lawn.
Yeah, so then you shake a chain out of a weapon. And you take your fist.
And then your old man, whatever.
Right. And you just got wrinkled skin over bone and a fist at the top.
That's right. But at Christmas time, he'll learn his lesson or something.
Oh yeah, absolutely he will. He's like Ben Weaver running the store there in Mayberry.
Let me show you the other thing I was up to, because we previewed it last week. Oh, that's right. Okay. It all has to do with. Hold on, I'm gonna have to change cameras here. So, yeah, it all has to do with the voiceover stuff. Lots of exciting stuff happening there. I'm recording a demo with a director, who's going to direct me through it in a little while. And I'm doing auditions and things like that. And I'm super excited because, like I said last week, the missing link in all of my sound stuff has been something to keep the echoes basically off of my voice in this room. For the most part, the work I've been doing, it got by, but at this level, it will not get by. And so
now you have a director. You have a director.
Well, I'm basically hired this guy to help me do he's very, very highly recommended for doing demos, commercial demos and stuff like this, and even a political demo. We could have talked about that. We'll have to talk about that at some point, because I have no politics, right? So, okay.
Yeah, you in politics and sports, don't even bring them up to Bob. It's a non-existent. It's a conversation killer.
Yeah. Okay. So now, if I've got this right. Tell me, are you hearing me right now through?
I'm hearing you. Yes. Now I'm hearing you at all. None. Zero Bob. Nope.
Because I didn't put it in there. Okay.
There, I got that.
All right. Now you hear me, but I won't be able. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I won't be able to hear you. So let me just show you this. Why is it stopped like that? Hold on. Okay. So there it is, finished. Last week we saw the PVC pipe or whatever. It was all just PVC pipe, and then the curtains or the blankets came. And so now this is the inside of the booth. Everything, I don't know if you'll be able to hear in here how dead it sounds, but
you can, but you can't hear me.
Whoops. With a light with colors and all that kind of fun stuff. But the microphone's in here. It's all contained. It does a great freaking job. In fact, I mean, it was the perfect solution. Let me get back here.
And I can speak here for a minute until Bob can
Okay.
hear me again.
Hold on.
Look
Now I
how
have
good
to put
he
my
is.
headphones back on so I can
He's
hear you.
gonna put his earpieces back. He's got some earpieces.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun,
And
dun,
that's Hawaii 5-0, isn't it? Isn't that the Hawaii 5-0 theme? I believe it is.
For cried Pete.
For cried Pete,
For the love of Mike.
Look at this. Look at that, boys and girls. Look at that. Bob's a paid professional. He's a broadcaster, and he can't get those in. By the way, you could tell immediately when you went in the room, the sound changed.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Oh yeah, it knocks it down immediately.
It actually it's like I cannot hear. When I open the mic and record, I hear nothing. On the other side of the blanket is my computer with the fan. It's the only thing you might hear, but you can't hear it.
No, I didn't hear anything. I mean, it was just dead in there, and you said, and I couldn't talk because you couldn't hear me.
Yeah.
But you had the lights, which is so Bob, and no, it looks great and it sounds great. I mean,
Yep.
I could tell when you walked in, it beat the room down. So cool.
Totally.
Now you got to hang something decorative on the outside, though. You've got to dress up.
Got a logo. When I settle on the logo, that'll be what's up there.
Yeah.
I already thought that one.
Call.
And actually what's kind of cool is because just having that blanket there, my old area where I've still got a microphone, another one like this over there, it deadens the sound there too really well. I mean, the sound is, even though the wall is still exposed there, just having that big thing behind me like that, it's a whole different thing just there. Not that I'll always use the booth, but it still does change.
Well, but it's still knocking down sound. It's going to deaden anything as opposed to a hard surface like concrete or plaster. They're plaster. They haven't built homes with plaster in 100 years. Sheetrock.
Yes.
So yeah, that's really. Now, where did you online? You just went online.
Yes.
Reviews.
I've been looking forever, and I think I found on YouTube. It was just a random YouTube video, and I'm looking at it, and it's PVC pipe, and like I said, I didn't need soundproofing. I couldn't, because that's not going to keep all the sound out, but it just stops those echoes. But I live in a quiet place, so that sound is never an issue. So I just needed those echoes to stop. And I know people are fascinated by the science of all of this. It's why people come to the lounge.
Well, for many reasons, but certainly, and those who participate, we take their name,
Throw them
and
into
we
a hopper.
put it in, and throw it into the hopper, the lounge hopper.
And, we should really get a shot of that one week. We should, put a camera on it, but
a live cam, like
hopper cam.
Right, the hopper cam.
Every time someone's name goes in it.
Let's
go to the hopper cam. Okay.
Let's go to the hopper cam, and we put your name in that hopper where we're going to put a camera eventually. And one day soon, I hope, we will be drawing a name for the grand prize winner who will win the Lounge Around the House game, as Bob and I have talked about ad nauseum.
At least every week, hopefully, if we've done our job right. I mean, sometimes we might forget, but I think for the most part, we put it in there. Because, man, it's going to be so great when it happens.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And by the way, and we say it every week, but the Lounge Around the House game is adorned in this gorgeous burnt orange corduroy carrying case.
Yes. And how big would you say this thing is?
I know we just have the briefcase.
Yeah, a small briefcase. Not like a large briefcase, or not even a medium-sized briefcase, but like a small briefcase.
A small briefcase, like a size of your average backgammon board. Like that kind of a briefcase size.
Oh, that thin.
Well, I mean,
we got a couple of prototypes. Honestly, we're gonna test. Honestly, the focus groups, we'll find out.
Right.
But it's gonna be.
Now, here's the thing. Okay, because we're running out of time, so we're gonna play you out with the trio.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yes, of course.
We're gonna play you out with the trio, and here's the deal. This recording was recorded in a parking lot, and I had that old Sony that we called Bill. And that was a really good handheld mic, and I think this sounds pretty good. And so then Morgan can talk after the boys sing, basically.
Oh, all the money that I spend I spent it in good company, and all the harm that I've done, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit, to memory now I can't recall. So filled me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. God bless.
And with those words, Rob Scott and Bob Doyle brought the Lounge Show to another inauspicious close. Join us next week, won't you? 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, for another edition of The Lounge Show.